Welcome to my all-new paper versus picture motion picture, that is, video. Today I will be taking a look at Numunwari, the 1980 novel by Graham Webb, and Dark Age, the 1987 movie based off the novel of a different name. This video will contain spoilers. You have been warned. They are pretty similar. A massive crocodile has emerged from the murky waters near a tribe in Australia. It eventually makes its way to Darwin and causes panic. They both get a point because despite the plots being similar, they are handled in different ways. There are some differences in characters between book and movie. Steve Harris, Undabund, and John Besser, along with his buddy Blue, are the most similar between the two. Steve Harris is conflicted with what to do about Numunwari. He's been ordered to kill it, but he wants to keep the friendship of Undabund and the Aboriginal people. One big difference here is that in the book, his wife died along with his son in a car accident many years prior. He's been single for a while now. Undabund is a deep character, even more so in the book because he is the leader of a tribe, and that is emphasized more in the book than movie. Adjarl is supposedly either a good friend or son of Undabund. He is a keeper of peace along with Undabund and the tribe, and is a replacement for Undabund's daughter, Nancy. Nancy and Steve have a romance in the book. She is a native of the tribe and can speak good English, even better than Undabund. In the film, we are introduced to a new character named Kathy. She is Steve's ex-wife, and kind of does a 180 seemingly out of nowhere. The reason she left Steve was because of his obsession with crocodiles. Then, all of a sudden, she gets interested when she comes back into his life. Not just in a ploy to get back with him kind of way, she seems ultimately fascinated by the crocodiles. John Besser is a complete psychopath. In the book, his bloodthirsty rage is told in great detail, and the events that transpire near the end definitely show a much darker side to Besser than in the film. His buddy, Blue, is a version that is lesser than Besser. He doesn't want to get in trouble. He just wants to live his life and do what he enjoys. Rex Garrett and Mac Wilson are two hugely main characters in the book, and are sort of left to the side in the movie. Garrett is a slime bag boss that works for head honcho. Thus he accompanies Steve and Mac on a hunt for Numunwari, and surprisingly scores a bullet hit on the crocodile. They think the beast is dead until it attacks in Darwin. The scene is much more intense in the book, when it attacks in Darwin. What's weird is that there is no false hope that Numunwari is dead because of Garrett's doing. In fact, there is no scene involving Steve Harris, Mac Wilson, nor Rex Garrett splitting up in a couple of helicopters to hunt Numunwari down. Instead of Adjarl, Mac Wilson accompanies Steve and Undabund near the end of the book to capture Numunwari. The scene is riveting in both book and movie, so the only two additions to the movie are Adjarl and Kathy, and the character that was removed was Nancy. I feel this was done because movie having a white male and a black female fall in love wouldn't sell well in the producer's eye. Still, both have great characters. The execution of the Aboriginals is much different between book and movie. According to the author, Graham Webb, in an interview I did with him, the Aboriginals speak very poor and broken English, and the studio didn't want subtitles to be implemented, so they weren't showcased properly, but they were given a better treatment in the book. I'd say the book has better characters, if I'm to be honest. There's more time devoted to them and their story. I'd give a point to the book and half a point to the movie. Bloodshed isn't the focus of the book nor film. However, that doesn't mean there isn't any gore. Both are pretty equally grotesque, including dead bodies and severed limbs. Working up to the feeling of total disgust in terms of crocodile attacks, the movie was definitely more visually graphic, but in the book, I didn't care if there was gore or not. I was so engrossed in the story and characters, so there was no need for the blood. I'd give a point to both book and movie, though. here's where there are some major differences. Reminder, this does contain spoilers. The climax of the book has Numunwari safe in a crocodile enclosure. Besser, Blue, and the gang arrive, beat the living hell out of Nancy, and kill both Numunwari and Undabund. Undabund does take out all but one of the gang, including Besser and Blue, but ultimately gets his head blown off by a random member of the posse. It was such a shock when I read it. In the movie, Steve, Kathy, Undabund, and Ajarl bring Numunwari to the mouth of a river and release him. Besser, Blue, and the gang arrive and kill Undabund, but Numunwari takes Besser's life and escapes to live another day. Even with Undabund dead in the movie, it is still more of a happy closure. In the book, Numunwari is dead, but his spirit lives on. In the movie, Numunwari is alive and carries the spirit of Undabund along with the rest of the Aboriginals. At least, that's what I gathered. I'd have to say the book gets a point and the movie half a point for the climaxes. Numunwari is a fantastic book all around. It's engaging, thrilling, and heartfelt. While the movie is a well-made, action-packed, and heartfelt story that does a lot right, but not as much as the novel did. Overall, I'd give Numunwari the book a 5 out of 5, and I'd give Dark Age the movie a 4 out of 5. The ratings will be slightly different in the book review and movie review because I'm not comparing the book or movie as much. I'm just reviewing the book and movie when I do a video review on it by themselves, and they'll get their official rating. Thank you all for watching, and I am Brian Gatto, host of Horror Show Entertainment. Make sure to like my Facebook page in the description below, and leave comments and subscribe, and thank you GaramWeb for that interview. I learned a lot, and I'll leave a link right over here somewhere so you guys can see that interview.